Today's video is about love. It's such a cliche, such a vague word, right? I mean, God knows there are tons of reasons why we shouldn't love ourselves because of all these pressures we've created for ourselves over the decades and centuries of expecting things from ourselves and keeping up with a certain look or a certain reputation or a certain identity, a certain phase or a certain trend. And then loving others can also be very challenging. I think it challenges our vulnerabilities and our insecurities. I know in my life, it's always easier to put up defenses and to attack or to be sarcastic or to use humor to deflect. But I'm wondering how many of the world's problems we could solve with simple love. At the most basic of it, the pure, warm feeling we get in our hearts when we think about somebody, and then to transfer that onto ourselves or onto others, even if they're different than us or choose different paths than us or have different beliefs than us. It's so easy to jump on the anger wagon. I think that aggression and anger and sarcasm, even to some degree, and violence are surface emotions and surface weaponry, if you will, or the tip of the iceberg, if you will. But I think that when we get down to it, to the insecurities and the vulnerabilities and even allowing ourselves to be sad about an issue can be more threatening to us than to actually rebel or push back against something or someone. And I've noticed that in my life, and I've also noticed that improving and getting better the more work I do. I feel like the surface is always the bodyguard to what's really underneath. And I just want to cultivate love in my life, and I use cultivate because I'm not there yet. And love for myself primarily, so that that love can blossom inside me and grow inside me and radiate inside me, and I can then have something to offer you guys and my family and the world and whatnot. It's not easy. I feel like it's not a natural thing for us to do. Although some people seem to have a knack at it, they can seem to still love and avoid judgment and division and all that kind of stuff. But most of us, I think we need a grieving process in life when something happens or when we encounter a big change in our life, or even something that happens out in the world and all that kind of stuff. And it's human to get upset about it and mad about it and maybe push back or vent, retaliate to some degree. But I always find that coming back to love is really where the growth can happen. And it brings me back to my first question: how much of all of this could be solved with love?